Hello, how are you? This video is for you if you are in financial debt, you are struggling with massive financial problems, probably credit card debts, loans. It's not a financial advice, but I just wanted to share with you a little bit of a confessional, the terrible financial mistakes I have been through. And the irony is I'm sitting here in Kensington Park, a stone's throw from Kensington Palaces, in one of the most wealthy boroughs in the whole of London. But I just wanted to say to you, whatever your age, hopefully this will be advice for you so that you know in the end you can make good financial decisions. You will be able to make better financial decisions. Just don't do what I did. So let me get into this confessional. Before I do, hello, I'm Marv. This is Midlife with Marv, where we talk about challenges, triumphs, our wisdom, all to help you, particularly on the days where you might not be feeling your best. I am here to cheer you on. My mum raised me and my brothers, and luckily me and my brother Fitz, we went to university. We went on what was called a full grant. So the state paid for all of our fees, and it just meant that there wasn't much of a top-up. Mum wasn't able to give us much more extra to go towards our kind of living costs. And I remember on my course, a business studies degree course that I did, you had a book list, a very long book list. And it was a dream to buy all of the books so that you could sit in class and feel like you were on top of things and that you were in the game. I was not able to buy all of the books on the book list. Very expensive. Didn't have enough money. Me and my other friends I managed to gather all around me, the geeks and the ethnics we were called. We would sit sharing books, and a class would sit down. The lecturer would go, "Oh, you get out this text, this core text." And all the rich kids would reach into their bag and produce this text. Meanwhile, there were us at the back going, "I have to share or photocopy the pages of the text from the library." So, that kind of made you feel like you were less than. It made me feel like I was less than. And when I look back now, very stupid mistakes. Banks would come along to the university and advertise their wares. Come and get a bank account with us, it's free. Come and get a credit card with us, it's free. Right, only a £500 credit limit. £500 was the most money I'd ever had in my life. Never had it before. And I thought, shall I sign up for a credit card? I did, but it meant I could get all the books on the reading list and I wouldn't look like an idiot newbie in class, sharing, going back to the book from the library and photocopying it so that you could have the text in class. So I got the credit card. It felt good buying all of those books. It felt really, really good. And for a year I was content. Came towards the end of the year and I turned around and all the rich kids had managed to sell their books to the newer classes coming up. I didn't even realise there was a second-hand market for textbooks. By the time I did, every student in the year coming up had got themselves a book. They'd either bought it new or they'd bought it second-hand. So I'm sitting there with a pile of books that are no longer needed, had no use for, and that money that I spent on the credit card had nothing really to show for it because the books were useless at the end of the year. Did I feel like a fool? Of course I felt like a fool. Spending money that wasn't mine and then trying to pay off the credit card with money I didn't have. Of course I had to get a job in uni, like most people did, and I was a cold caller in a call centre trying to earn some money to pay off credit card debts that I didn't need. All because I wanted to feel like I was special, like I feel like I was somebody. That really started my quote-unquote love affair with credit cards. So if you're feeling like you need a card to keep up with the Joneses, to look good, to feel better about yourself because you don't feel enough in yourself, try and resist that. There are ways and means, and all you have to do is try and research if there are other ways and means of you getting hold of something that means you don't necessarily have to have a loan. It was the start of a very long, bad journey for me with money. My next journey into loans, because I upgraded stupidly. I used to get the bus every day to work with my best friend. It was 40-50 minutes into the city, and we would sit, me and Mira, we would sit and laugh and labrish and giggle. It was a great journey. And it was great until she got a car of her own. And so it was me getting a bus every day on my own. Smelly, dirty bus, long journey, boring. Reading a book didn't help. Listening to my stereo, my Walkman. I'm a Gen X. I had a cassette in a little box with headphones. It just wasn't the same. And I was talking about this to a family friend called John, and he was like, hey, you don't have to get a bus to town anymore to your job. You know, you want to be up there with the big girls, the big boys. Listen, why don't you get a car? Go to the second-hand lot, get a car, I'll pay for the payments. Listen, I'll put the money into your account every month when the payments are due out. Just get yourself a car, be great, you'll feel great. I was like, okay. Went to the parking lot with my bro, feeling like, yeah, this could really level me up, man. And I could be on a par with my colleagues at work. They would all drive into the car park every day. No buses. They were always complaining about, just struggled to get a car park space this morning. And I was thinking, yeah, but I quite like the idea of that, because then I might be in with the in crowd, because I've always been a bit of an odd one. So I bought the car. I took the finance out in my name. John said he was going to pay the payments for me every month. So the first payment came. I was like, hey, John, it's coming up now. He said, oh, listen, pay the payment. I'm going to send you that money soon. The second payment came. The same happened. The third payment loomed again and again and again. And I felt sick to the pit of my stomach because I was scrabbling around for money to pay the car payment. Did John ever pay any of those car payments? Maybe one or two. What I did was I consolidated loans to try and keep up with the car payments. Me with my ego, of course, not even realising that it was me being egotistical because I was in my 20s. I was like, I can't give up the car now. How's that going to look? I've got to keep paying for the car. I decided, stupidly, to keep the debt, to keep servicing the debt. In fact, not just that, to upgrade the car and go into a new financing plan, just to keep up with the fact that I had a car and I needed to maintain one. I could have got the bus, I could have catched a lift with friends, but I was too blind to see that that's what I should have done. So if you're in that position and there's a choice, only take the loan or the credit card if you can afford it. I thought I could afford it. I thought I could handle it. But what happened was I was moved quite a few jobs and did second jobs, third jobs to try and earn the money to service the debts. And that's what got me trapped for a good long decade. I just want to say, don't beat yourself up too much about it. But please, you can make better decisions. You can make good decisions. And that's why I'm sharing this video with you. But be kind to yourself. Try not to ignore the debt for too long, because I did that too. Because I know the pain of being in debt and the worry and the struggle and the sleepless nights and the what will become of us and how am I going to make the money and what job do I have to do now or what job change do I have to make more money to service the debts. I know all of that. You will make it through. I promise you. And I've got a video on side hustles if that might help you. I'm going to talk a bit more about this as well and explain to you in another video how I got myself out of the mess. But I just wanted to send you love and solidarity. In the UK, most companies now, they will ask you, do you want to be part of the pension scheme? More recently, you are automatically opted in and you have to opt out. What did I do? Because I thought I'd live forever. I thought pension, that's 30, 40 years away. Why do I need a pension? Why do I need to put money away where I don't see it, won't be able to use it for 30, 40 years? So I never paid into a pension scheme. It's only in the last few years that I have realised, as I'm thinking about possibility of early retirement, that I'm putting into a pension scheme. So please, if you're watching now, put money into a pension scheme, whether it's a company one where they will match the money or match the percentage, which is what a lot of companies do now, or a private one. I'm on more for you. If someone comes to you with a get-rich-quick scheme, but they have no business knowledge or no experience of running a successful business, think twice, because family friend said to me, oh, I've got this idea, I've got this business idea, it's going to be great, just need £1,200, just need £1,200 to make it work. I was like, listen, I can get £1,200 on my loan, extend my loan, because this sounds like a good business idea. Relative said, yeah, brilliant. Gave him the money, hoping to see the payments. He said, whatever happens, if the business idea works, if it doesn't work, I'm going to pay you back on the loan. I said, great. One payment came, two payments came, paid. Third payment came, paid. Fourth payment came, paid. Did the fifth payment come? No. Okay, it didn't come. And I was just not savvy enough to ask for the money, even though it was mine, even though it was promised to me. I didn't have enough agency to go, can you just pay me everything, please? And we stopped talking about it, and it was never paid back. It's just one of those things, my mistakes. So overall, oh, hello, young lady. There's a young lady playing a game behind the camera in the park, which is where the screams come from. Sometimes the problem is that your ego, the person you want to be, really thrusts through, and you think that money is going to be the problem solver, whereas there has never been a more true saying than money is the root of all evil. And the one thing that I did do, and that I know if you are in financial problems right now, you are going to be doing the same. You are going to be hiding those bills. When those bills come through the door and there are a demand for money, you are going to take them, you're going to put them in every drawer you can find, or you might even throw them in the bin, and you will ignore them to the point where some big burly men come knocking on the door. And been there. And I've never been so scared in my entire life. I've never been so embarrassed in my entire life. I don't want that for you. So there is a better way. There is a way out for you. I promise you. You might not believe it right now, but it's possible, because I've made it out. And I am definitely not perfect. I'm on my own journey. I still have some debts, but I am servicing them. They have not got out of control. They did a few years ago, but I've got them back under control, right? Because obviously there's some deep-seated problem, some issue that needs working out there. And there might be with you, you might need therapy or coaching. But I think that's for you to decide. If you really find that your spending habits and your money making or your money decisions are getting out of control. Your journey starts now, I'm telling you. And if you want to know more, drop me any questions. But also, if you've got your own debt story to share, you've made it through, or you might be in the middle of it, please share. Happy to try and help, or to offer little words of advice, words of comfort, anything. Thanks for watching. See you soon.